what always strikes me out is that, even in the way you're dressed, Sachin is dressed in a t-shirt, brightly colored. Mr. Gavaskar in a good long sleeve bush shirt. Both of you scored these remarkable runs, are run machines, but you did it very differently. Is that the way cricket is? That different players can be run machines by approaching the game very differently?
Absolutely. There are different methods to getting runs. It also depends on the kind of game that you have. You could be a front foot player, you could be a back foot player, you could be good on the offside, your grip might mean that you might be good on the onside. But there are different methods of getting runs. In the Indian team itself, you've got Sachin, you've got VVS, you've got Virendra Sehwag. Different methods of dealing with the same kind of delivery.
But the reason I asked this to the two of you is because, Sachin, you grew up, in a sense, we all grew up in a particular era in the 1980s, hearing about the legend of Sunil Gavaskar. And you were inspired by him, and yet your batting was very different.
I had two heroes while I was growing up, and they're still my heroes. Mr. Gavaskar sitting next to me, and Vivian Richards. And I felt, I would want to grow up and play cricket like my heroes. And the dream was every time, any particular thing happened in school matches or practice sessions, they would say, Gavaskar never did that.
Gavaskar never lifted the ball over mid-on in the first over.
And even today that happens at home.
Is that because there's more of a West Indian somewhere tucked inside Sachin Tendulkar? He is closer to Viv Richards in a sense than Sunil Gavaskar when it comes to the art of batsmanship.
Oh, absolutely. I think particularly when he's going down the pitch to the spinners, his back lift is so much like Viv Richards. The way the wrists are cocked when he does that. I say to myself, this is so like, Viv when he goes out and lofts the spinner over the top. And there's a lot of Viv Richards in him, excepting that the one thing that, Viv used to do was plonk his front foot there and then whip everything down the leg side. Sachin's classically correct. He would play it only on the offside.
But there was the technique, of course. And there was your style of playing against fast bowling, the Gavaskar style of playing against fast bowling. So there were two schools in a sense of batting. One which wears down batsmen, like Mr. Gavaskar, and one which destroys batting like Sachin Tendulkar. Do you want to bat like Sachin Tendulkar sometimes when you see him in one-day cricket?
Look, I think this is what happens with former cricketers. Former cricketers have unfulfilled aspirations, dreams sometimes, and when the next generation comes and does that, there's a great feeling of enjoyment. I enjoy watching Sachin, I enjoy watching Viru bat because they do the kinds of things that I wanted to do, but was not able to do. It was probably a mental block.
You can probably count the number of sixes you've hit in Test cricket, right?
No, I think I've hit a little more than Jeffrey.
You certainly have hit more than Jeffrey. But is there something from the Gavaskar school that you learnt in batting? What is it that one quality of Sunil Gavaskar that always struck out to you as a batsman?
Is everything about him. Because growing up as a budding cricketer and wanting to play for India, it was the ultimate dream. And you had the ultimate player, whom we actually had this pleasure of watching from a close distance. And the concentration, the determination, dedication, the confidence.
Did you ever go to him over the years for special things? Did he? I believe from time to time he would tell you if something he felt was going wrong in the grip or some small mistakes.
Right from my Ranji Trophy days, before my Ranji Trophy debut, he presented me his leg guard. So right from those days, I would say that I've always shared my thoughts with him, and he has shared his thoughts with me, and it's been tremendous help. What else can you ask for? I think.
Was there ever, today he's broken the 12,000 run mark. Did you ever, when you first saw him bat, I have to ask you an honest answer. When you first saw Sachin Tendulkar bat, did you think one day this boy will be part of this elite 10,000 club?
Well, I think yes. I have to be absolutely honest and say that if he was not going to be beset by any injuries or anything of the sort, he was going to have all the batting records in the world. I remember, I keep saying this, I told you yesterday, please ask my wife what I felt when I first saw him bat. I went and, I heard so much about him. I went and saw him from a corner, because I didn't want him to be conscious that I was standing behind the net. So I was hiding in a corner and I watched him bat. And I went home and I said to my wife, I said, I've seen something really, really special. And she said, what? You've never said, about, too many cricketers like this. So she said, well, I must actually then follow his cricket career. And she has followed his cricket career as avidly as any other Indian.